if you're a national provider like flowersusa.com, then I would suggest breaking your campaigns into metro areas and directing your ad text, your headline, to Flowers Cincinnati, and here we are, Flowers USA, but it's more at the local level, the targeting. So have more campaigns all targeted at the local level, and using the local geo-targeting in your ad text to say, yeah, we work in Cincinnati.
But do I need like a Cincinnati address, a Cincinnati phone number, or does it matter if I have 800?
Of course, you're going to have a benefit if you have a local extension and a local phone number, because people see local stuff and it draws their eye. I know that phone number, I know that address, and you have the map will open up. So if you can get local addresses, that's very wise. Yes.
There's also another product by Google that they just launched. It's in beta. It's only select cities in the States. It's called Google Boost. It lets you insert local ads into the PPC ads. It's kind of cool. It's a limited thing. I'll be touching upon it later during my presentation. But take a look at Boost. Boost might, if you can get in there and you can fit in, and you can get into the right cities, it might be exactly what you're looking for. Anybody else? It's Dan Schwartz.
Hi. Did any of you have the chance to use Yandex? They call it Yandex Direct, the AdWords for Yandex. I have a specific question. This is why I was wondering, because they have, for example, you talked about the conversion within the cellular phones that you can just call, and Yandex has this thing they call the business card in quick translation, that you get the ad and you have a number and an address, okay, in the ad, and it works great for Russian people. It's a very different kind of search. They search differently. This is the way I experienced it. And did any of you try it? Because I've just started toying with it lately. I'm still wondering if anyone has experience with this specific conversion of call from ad thing on the web. Anyone?
Yandex?
It's because the penetration of Google in Russia is very low. We don't know that, so it's... I'm sorry, I didn't mean to embarrass everyone.
You'll be on next year's panel.
Well, call metrics is the closest thing that AdWords has.
It's actually, the interface is quite similar to they even call it metrics. But the name
So call metrics is now available only at the campaign level, but within 6 months it'll be available at the keyword level. And that'll tell you which keywords are bringing calls and the average length of calls, and it'll be a game changer once it's the keyword level.
It's a huge optimization feature.
Yeah.
Huge. Yeah.
I want to ask about Bing Ad Center. Are there any big differences we should look out for? Bing has now 29% of the searches. Any differences things we were used to do on Google AdWords, we should do differently on the Ad Center?
Okay. About the 29%, that's a global number. You may want to take a look at your local markets, because usually Google is going to hit up over 80-90% in some of your markets. So be careful when you're using that 29%, but it's still a percentage and it's still valid. You should be using, if you want to get your total market, you should be looking at Bing. The majority of your efforts are always going to be focused on Google paid search. I mean, that's a no-brainer. But if you also want to expand your market, I mean, Bing is there, and they've got representatives that'll help you. Sorry, it'll come to me. I can give you the contact from Bing that you need to speak to. If you can, yeah. But they don't provide really help here. You're going to have to go to the UK.
Basically, there is also differences in campaign structure and architecture. When you build your ad groups, you'll want to have many broad keywords. We actually don't use a phrase or set in Bing. More like a Google content, not a campaign for display network. I can tell you that Bing converts really well. Actually, I have this data before the alliance, but after the alliance, I would guess it would get a little worse, but it converts really well because Bing users are really buy-oriented and lead-oriented. They're not as tech-savvy as Google users. Indeed, traffic is low, but you can expect great conversions.
Yeah.
Yes. Two questions for. I guess for Alex, does Googlebot periodically revisit your landing page once it's crawled it and assigned a quality score? So can you like make a super perfectly optimized page and then like make optimized for quality score that is, and then change it around so that it's actually better for conversion, let's say?
Yeah, a great question. Actually, the quality score is calculated every time a search is performed. How many times Googlebot visits the actual landing page, I don't know, but I guess it's often. You cannot make a Google happy landing page and then stuff it with whatever you want afterwards. It's been tried before, it doesn't work. The key here is to test. Run several landing pages in parallel. You're paying for traffic, why not make the best of it? So if you have an idea, don't change the current landing page. Make another one, run it together after a week or so, get data, see what converts better.
Related question. I think as one of you guys made a really nice ad with the Google Ad Builder, and when I looked at it, like I just saw these really kitschy kind of made in MS Paint type of ads, and I was wondering if you had tips to actually make it nicer.
You have a lot of templates in the Google AdWords Ad Builder, more than 100, and you can do whatever you want. I mean, you can change all the colors, add images, text, change the fonts. In English, you have lots of fonts. So if you're a good designer, you can make it look good. And if you're a better designer, you can make it look really worth it. So,
yeah, Google's investing also in there. Google's really, they changed their that whole section, and they've added templates, and they've really improved it. It's not as bad as it was 6 months ago or a year ago. It was terrible back then. You get into it, I went back to it recently because I was told to check it out again, and I was impressed. It's become a workable tool.
And, sorry, by the way, I know that they are working on a new tool for landing pages on mobiles. So it will probably look a bit the same as the Google Ad Builder, but it will be only for mobiles.
Well, for landing pages.
Yeah.
Just on the ad spot question, on average it's 11.4 days across all keywords.
Recrawling landing pages, 4 days on average?
11.4 days.
11.4 days.
That's good enough.
Regarding the display ad builder, there's a new tool available within there for image search. It actually says search for image. You have to look for it, and then you can show your search ads with an image on the search results of image, which is relatively new, only about 6 weeks old.
Did you see a big impact on the landing page quality score on the campaign, on the keywords, maybe on the quality score of the keyword, on the bids that you pay? What are, if I...
What's the question?
Yeah, you're asking if I managed to notice a real difference in quality score and keyword bids when I change landing pages? Well, as you probably know, the change is not, it cannot be seen directly. And bid prices are calculated based on many, many factors. Ad rank is calculated based on quality score and your competition, so quality score does contribute. I would say yeah, but you can notice it over time. This is not something you can see same day.
How many efforts you put on the landing page for making it with a good quality score on the campaign?
When I build a campaign, I get the majority of my efforts go to the keyword research and the competition analysis. Then I build my ads, and the landing page, it's about 30%, I think, but a landing page, it's an ongoing effort. As I said before, and I can't stress it enough, you should always test both ads and landing pages. This is a bad idea not to test.
Yeah, landing pages is an art in itself. I mean, it's connected to PPC,
Yeah, this I know.
but it's something you should 100% be working at all the time. You should be A/B testing, multivariate testing. You should be running it through Google Optimizer, which is free, or use something like Kissmetrics to get even more data. You should be working all the time. Quality score is a factor, but at the end of the day, you care about your conversions. And that's going to come from optimizing your landing page. yes, quality score might drive more traffic or might not, like Thomas said, but at the end of the day, you want to take the traffic you do have and make it as converting as possible, and you only get that through optimizing the landing page and through heavily working. I mean, there's some great resources out there from Tim Ash and other people, but that's, when I work PPC, I'm working landing pages and PPC basically 50-50 because I know that I want to convert the traffic I have before I start trying to drive more traffic.
Regarding quality scoring the keywords, a landing page is basically pass-fail. So if you're making tweaks on landing page, it's going to help your conversion rate, but it's not really going to affect your quality score so much. Basically pass-fail. What affects your quality score most heavily is your click-through rate. So that'll be primarily your ad text and your negatives and optimization there.
Okay, let's wrap it up. If you guys have questions, thank the speakers. What? Charlie has some handouts in front of the projector. If you have some questions, come up to the panelists, ask them, don't be shy. And we'll see you in the next presentation, in the next panel. Thank you.